Hello, traders, internet freaks, psychos, attention seekers, people with mental problems, all the stuff you find on the internet that seem to sometimes haunt my amazing personality, I guess, because I'm the only one that talks around here. Anyway, I just want to show you some interesting tidbits, as I always like to do some research on what I do and trying to find the best systems and all that. I hate to tell you, the bad news is I still haven't found anything better than the BlackBox system. I wish I would. I wish I would. I wish I could. I have the main BlackBox program, the self-opt, which I had to take off because I was attacked by a coalition of ill-willed people who I'm still trying to investigate. I've taken a few people to court, actually. I'm still trying to investigate how that happened because it was a personal attack. The likes has never seen anything like this on MT4. I mean, when you look at other programs, when they take off people, they go, oh, it was, the bots. It was the Fed's fault. It was this and that. With me, it was total attack. Like Olivier's scammer. He's a 70-year-old man. He's a psycho freak. He needs help. He needs to go to hospital. Never seen anything like it, honestly. So it's my bubbly personality. It's I don't know, my physical looks. It's whatever. I had this through high school. I had this through life. I'm a successful person. I'm used to it. But the thing is, you've lost a great bot because I just I don't. It's not quality of life thing. I mean, $1,000 bot that was number one, number two, had a lot of value to it. I could have, I'm on version 9 now, and I'm only working with institutions, and I've got some guy doing artificial intelligence on it. It's going to be amazing, but unfortunately, it's not going to be offered on MT4. I think it's better that way because I like to be with civilized people that sort of give me back and forth instead of so-called gurus who look up things on Google and learn a new word and try and stick with the top 3 bots I've noticed just to get themselves noticed. Attention deficit, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's get back. Look, I'm not here. This is the black box method, okay? I've gone back to the traditional fixed black box method, and I've decided to put my gun on a different shoulder, as we say in French. Basically, offering products that are basically solid, and I'm going back to my original fixed optimization robot, and it's working extremely well in these markets. First of all, it's FIFO, does 1 trade at a time, so you won't have any problems. It doesn't need 800 trades a week, and doesn't need to hold 25 trades over the weekend, so you have a triple heart attack. It doesn't need VPNs. It doesn't need you to go out and buy the latest computer. It doesn't need you to fix it it's only got 5 variables. It doesn't need you to go and get set files and check out latencies on VPNs. It doesn't do zillions of trades. It's a good method, and I'll tell you why. The entry points are the best entry points I've ever seen in my entire life, in anything I've ever done. And you may think a lot of programmers think, well, I can do that. Okay, do it. Find the entry points. I do. They're based on Bollinger, and I've just taken Bollinger a step further. I've optimized his bands because I feel his research is a bit old and the market's moved too much now. But that's the entry points are just amazing. And there are 5 ways Bollinger enters, and none of them are here. And it's my way of entering. And it's based through observation. Yes, it's not difficult to program if you know what you're doing. But at the price it's at now, I don't think a programmer would even do 350 lines for that price. So you might as well buy it from me. And I can assure you that with the fixed optimization, you can go to sleep, your internet can come down, etc., etc. Now let's look at a couple of things here. And today I'm going to teach you things, you know, because some people still want to learn how to trade. You know, it's fun trading. It's not just a machine that rolls out things. Here, look at this. This is Janet Yellen's. I'm proud of this trade actually, because it's Janet Yellen on Friday gave a speech at Harvard, and you know, I was out of the room and I forgot about it. And look, the BlackBox does a short here. Okay, optimized band at the bottom, and boom, this is 1 minute trade. 1 minute comes out here. So that was a really good trade, because actually I had set it on a pretty high lot setting, because you can fix your own lots. Okay, so this is a fixed optimization, a BlackBox, which you have all the links below. It's costing nothing at the moment. I want the most people to have it. I want everybody to have it. I want everybody to use it. It becomes a self-optimizing prophecy. I'm very sure of it. It's a sturdy workhorse. Okay, if you want something more sophisticated, obviously my scalper, which has been also the object of a very nasty, ill-willed campaign, because I was the only European with the top bot. I don't know, some people hated me, and it went on and on and on. But the yeah, you may complain about the trend module, the volatility module, not the squeeze break. I think it works quite well. So just using the BlackBox, which is actually a very sophisticated module in there, much more sophisticated than my top bot, which I've now moved along to it, because it's the optimization takes seconds, and you don't have to look for fixed optimizations, and you can do one trade at a time too if you want. If you don't want to use baskets, I'm getting a little bit away from baskets. They cause a bit of problems right now, and the markets are ranging into summer. Anyway, I wanted to show you that. So these are points that the BlackBox have chosen today, and it's done quite well. But what I want to show you mainly, okay, here it is. It's what institutions use. When I was working at Credit Suisse, okay, we use VWAP, okay, volume weighted average price, okay, which at the time we were the only ones to do, and it took a pretty complex computer to do it. In those days, a Cray computer taking a whole room was probably the same power as what you have in your pocket as an iPhone. So we were the first ones to do VWAP. And what is VWAP? VWAP is basically an institution would say, I need to sell 150,000 shares of IBM. I want the VWAP. And we were the first ones to offer it. The VWAP is basically this average here. Okay. And now why is that important? So if you want to sell using the VWAP, we would guarantee a VWAP. Okay. We would guarantee this price. So over the day, you would get this very smooth sell at the end of the day, guaranteed by my firm. Okay, sometimes they would lose, sometimes they would gain, but most of the time they would gain from it. And how does it work? Well, basically the VWAP is calculated, and then the theory is that firms, institutions using the VWAP, and now they all do, basically have to adjust to get the VWAP. So when you go below the VWAP, which happens to coincide with the BlackBox. Somebody explained that to me. I don't understand, but you don't. It's just kind of amazing, and goes back to the middle bound. Look at that. So the VWAP, when it goes below, the institutions would do some kind of trade themselves to try and bring it back up, okay, to the VWAP. And then here some movement would happen, which is natural or unnatural. And again, the institutions would come in and bring it back down to the VWAP. And here again, we go back to the VWAP. So during the course of the day, they would all be looking. So the theory is, like a magnet, this VWAP attracts you all day and gives you this average. And it happens to be mainly the middle band of the BlackBox. Now, why that is, I don't know. But it's there. That's why I'm talking about reversion to the mean. That's why I'm back into my original product, a BlackBox, okay? Because it does reversion to the mean, which I haven't got in my scalper right now. So I'm using fixed optimizations. I optimize it myself, and I'm using reversion to the mean. Seems to be working very well this summer at the moment. It could change later, but I don't see why more and more people are using VWAPs, because now you can get it on MT5 programmed quite easily, whereas before you needed a Cray computer almost. Now this is a histogram of where the main action is, and it shows you where the VWAP, basically most of the trades were done here, okay, which shows you very easily where institutions wanted to. This is the average they got today. Big blocks get the average that we guys don't get, but that's the average they got today if they were selling or maybe buying. It depends on which side they are. Now another interesting thing about the black box, which is somebody explained to me, I don't know. I use harmonics. I love harmonics because harmonics is simply a study, a statistical study, and I love statistics because that's what works in the market. You need an edge, okay, and you need statistics to be on your side. It's as simple as that. If you have any system that gives you a slight edge, I don't care what the system is, and you have statistics on your side, in other words, here a bearish butterfly, well, I don't have the accuracy factor, but I think it's about 80% or so. When you see this pattern, it's actually a human behavior pattern. It's people, sell like this, and then they buy a little bit, and it's just been proved over time that, 8 times out of 10, what happens when you get to this optimum point here, okay, it'll start, it's a great short, okay. Now, as you know, I have more secrets. Butterflies, Gartleys are overbroke now, and they have computer programs to go get your stops. And I'm more interested in the animals, what I call the animals, and that I'm going to keep a secret. But there are patterns that I talk about a lot, so if you're a little bit observant, they work nearly 100% of the time. I'm not going to give everything away. But what is interesting is, okay, what is interesting is, look at what the black box did. The black box comes in exactly at the same point as the bearish butterfly. Now, why is that? I don't know. But it did an amazing... Okay, first of all, it bought here. Okay, below my optimized band. And it sold here. And here. Okay. And look where it covered here. Okay. Then it bought again here. Now, don't tell me this is not working. And this is my fixed A black box. This is not the scalper. This is a fixed program. So I'm using the fixed program quite a lot right now because I can make lots that I feel like I want, and I can sleep at night because it's only doing one trade at a time, and I need a bit of rest. So I'm getting a little bit away from baskets. Although the scalper is still doing amazing trades on my big account, I'm only using the black box module at the moment, and I'll show you why in a second. Well, why is easy. I'll show you the Renko, which I love. Okay, this one's quite well. This is what I call God. This is God. Okay, and God has been doing quite well, except it gave me a few fluctuations here, which I didn't like. I don't like when it does this kind of stuff, Renko. Okay. So sometimes I get a little bit antsy about it, and it contradicts my black box, and that's what's called controversy in the past. But if you wait long enough, you can get these really long trades on Renko. So I use it in conjunction, but I'm using it a bit less in the summer because it's not the best trading markets. Summer is more ranging markets. So there's two things again, and ideas for developers, because I see I would count about 14 robots that are based on my ideas. So, and they call me a scammer. So they call me a scammer so they get more ideas. I'm the only one that speaks and does these videos. That's why. Let's get to my signal, which I'm managing personally, so it's taking a bit of a toll out of me because I started with very little money, so it's quite a challenge for me to do a signal with about $300. But you can tell I've got 4 clients with 21K. One of them a very good person has most of the money there, and you should see the mirror effect he gets.